What's up, children, and definitely not adults? I am here with another video, and I just wanted to say, just a quick announcement. I might decide to make other videos other than Reddit stories, like maybe reacting videos, maybe like memes from Reddit. So yeah, I gotta start doing other things, cause stories ain't gonna get me 7 billion subscribers within the next point 0.5 seconds, is it? Anyways, so yeah, I got some SpongeBob gameplay in the background so that little Timmy can be entertained. Anyway, so back with the Reddit stories, and now let's get into one of these. I haven't read one of these in a while. Anyway, am I the asshole for not giving up a house I inherited? Disclaimer: I am not the best at reading. I, female 29, was raised in a Christian household with lax gender roles that were ingrained in me at a young age. My granddad, however, hated that my parents taught us this way, and as I got older, I did too. Because of this, I became very close with my grandparents instead of my own parents. I also have an older brother that my parents labeled the second king of the house. For more info, important, my grandparents lived in a beautiful house that had no neighbors, many trees, and a garden. They paid off the house after years. You can see I suck at reading. After years, and was very special to them. My granddad also had bad problems with his back and a condition that would get worse until he couldn't go on anymore. After my grandmother passed, he got worse and ended up needing at-home care. He didn't want a stranger in his home, so that wasn't an option. I think it was due to my grandmother passing. My parents preached that it was punishment for all his sins. Somebody didn't have a nice relationship with their parents. Where was I? My parents preached that it was punishment for all his sins, so they wouldn't take care of him and were planning on putting him in a retirement home, or whatever the name is, a home. I decided to stay with him since it would just be easier. My job can be worked effectively at home, and he'd get care from someone who isn't a total stranger. In the time I took care of him, we filled the home with the love and laughter my grandmother brought to it. As my granddad got worse, not a single call, not from my mom or dad or my brother. We were joking about it once, and he said, "Maybe I should just give you Missy, the house's name, lol, instead of your dad." No, instead of your dad. He's just gonna give it to your brother anyway. He laughed after he said that, so I assumed he was joking. Fast forward, the worst happened. I was the only one who found him. Had to make the call, all of it. As much as I was pushed away from my parents, I didn't want them to find out the news from a random person. The funeral was the first time I ever truly connected with my parents in years. We hugged and cried together, and we were all vulnerable. But then it came time for the will. Now it wasn't some telenovela. Wait, what? Nah, anyway, with all the dramatics, but it was intense. The house that was supposed to be my dad's became mine, as well as many other things that my dad planned on giving to my brother. I was accused of manipulating my granddad into giving it to me, and my brother was just yelling, "How can you get it? I'm sexist, so you're not allowed to get it. I'm the male of the family. Of course, I'm the only one allowed to get it." Yeah, basically just how it is. It is what it is with Christians. Anyway, where was I? A week after my brother came to the house in tears, he was begging me to give him the house since his was too small for his wife and baby. He argued that because it's just me and my husband who don't want kids, I don't need it. I told him to leave and felt horrible. I felt like an asshole, and so does my family. He's right. I don't need the house. My job pays me good money, and I could easily just live somewhere else. On the other hand, though my granddad wouldn't want him or my dad to have it, I'm at a loss here. I'm at the asshole. No, you're not, madame. what's your username? Madame Catch. I swear I can't read this. And no, you're not. Your granddad wanted you to have it, so if anything, it's just their fault that the granddad just didn't want them to have it. Anyway, time to move on to the next story of this video. I'm 31. Oh wait, no, I skipped the wrong part. I'm at the asshole for skipping my best friend's wedding just because. I'm 31 female and a hermit. I have exactly 2 friends and I talk to them and to my family mostly online, meeting them only every now and then. I don't have social anxiety or anything, but people drain me so much I can barely function by the end of a work day. Just extremely introverted, I guess. I don't do social gatherings, and people who met me know this. Friend 1 got married last year. I showed up for the ceremony, dropped off my gift, and left before the reception even started. She thanked me for showing up at all. Barely an hour into the reception of my own brother's wedding, he told me that I'm free to go home now. He's surprised that I lasted this long. The issue. Friend 2 is getting married next year, and she's planning a destination wedding. I'd like to make this clear. There's just no universe in which I'm flying 6 hours only to spend a full weekend socializing with people I don't even know. I told friend 2 I'll follow the ceremony online and give them a present after they return. She got upset and is kindly giving me the "I'm not mad, I'm disappointed" routine. She said she's upset because I'm prioritizing my own comfort over her feelings. I told her she's right, and that I always put my comfort level above other people's feelings. Hence the number of friends I have, and that she knew this very well from the start. Does that make me a shitty friend? Probably yes. Was one of the first things I said to her. We can be friends, but don't expect me to go to your wedding. Also yes. I do care about her feelings, and I didn't mean to hurt her, but I also feel like she set us both up for failure with her expectations. Like she doesn't know one of the reasons I don't do people is because I'm allergic to such expectations. On the other hand, I guess it's not unreasonable to expect your best friend to attend your wedding. So there's that. I am the asshole. Let me wet in my mouth. It's kind of dry. Slurpy derpy with a murpy. Yes and no. Yes, because like, why you have to word it like that? Now you make it seem like you just don't care about your friendship as much. But like, no, because like you have your problems and have a clear reason not to go. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that to Reddit to judge. I'm not a judge. I was basically born just last night. Anyway, on to the next story, cause I got way too much time. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Am I the asshole for wanting a child-free movie experience? A movie theater chain near me offers private rentals to watch movies. I started doing it during COVID so my wife and I could get out of the house for a bit and continue to do it because it's nice to see a movie and not have to worry about the behavior or viewing habits of strangers. I reserved a theater in a few weeks so that to see the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. My wife mentioned possibly inviting some friends to join us. I have no problem with this, but I told her to make it clear that no children are allowed. Several couples, we are friends, with have babies / infants under 1 year of age, and I do not want to be disturbed by crying, etc. My wife didn't like that requirement and said that they should be invited regardless. I am paying for the theater rental and not asking anyone to contribute to the bill. Am I the asshole? Nope. Your wife sort of is for making you have to invite children that you kind of don't care about. But who am I to judge whether you care about them or not? Anyway, this was a shorter story. Moving on to the next one. Or maybe I can just leave you guys with the SpongeBob gameplay. Am I the asshole for treating my brother like my son and refusing to treat him differently when he asked me to? I, 27 female, am much older than my little brother, 15 male, and yes, we have the same parents. I'll admit I don't see him as my brother as much, and I am kind of motherly to him. our parents are amazing, but I still sometimes feel protective of him, and I don't know why. My brother stopped coming to me for advice when he realized that everything I would tell him would just be the same thing that our mom and dad would say, which makes me feel sad. Yesterday, my brother visited me at my house. Our parents and him only live like 30 minutes away, and one of the first things he asked me was if we could have a more typical little brother's big sister. Although he's way taller than me now, lol, relationship, rather me being a bit of a second mom. I said I couldn't because no matter how hard I try, I can only see him as a little kid that I always took care of and cuddled, and not someone who I grew up with. He got upset at me and told me that he didn't need another fucking controlling ass parent. I'll say you are, but also like I just say you are. I'm a child. I sympathize with the 15-year-old brother here. Anyway, this is a short story, so I'm gonna do y'all a favor and start splicing it so that way you guys don't only get SpongeBob gameplay. Anyway, ta-ta. Hope y'all have happy lives without me. Anyway, see y'all in heaven, hell, or next video, which will be Reddit stories number 5, or a reaction video, because I wanna do something else with my channel other than just Reddit stories. So, capiche. See y'all there.